Aquarius, hey, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy for the next week via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. We are in the throes of Taurus season. We're also coming up on a full moon in Scorpio, and it's definitely been a really interesting time. There's been a lot of fire, water element heightened in the astrology, in the collective. So it basically means that emotions are being triggered, people are popping off, there's more tension, frustration, anger, aggression, and especially in those situations where we're getting a lot of pushback, right? Like people don't really want to find harmonious ways to work through things. It's more about domination and control or manipulating the situation, etc. And we're really seeing the reality of certain people, places, and things, and need to take note, right? Not only like recognizing what is happening, but also having the courage to make choices accordingly. It's not the easiest. It really is challenging us on so many different levels. And, you know, as we're moving deeper into Taurus season, it's heightening and livening the earth element, which is really good for giving us more grounding and stability. I think that's a silver lining, especially as we move towards that full moon. It's also bringing out of the woodwork, right? So like, even though it's messy right now, it's a good kind of messy, like a needed kind of messy is what I'm hearing. It's needed information. We need to see it in order to make better decisions for ourselves. That's why I like to start these readings off with an energy cleansing, just kind of set the tone, set the vibe for the reading. Cleanse out any blocks, obstacles we might be coming into. It's also a really good time for you to set your own intention, Aquarius, especially if you have come into this reading with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give those questions over. Be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing, wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, that kind of vibe. Or if you are looking for more of a realignment of self, better understanding what your wants, what your needs are, and how to better move forward. I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we are honoring ourself, mind, body, soul, that's really what it means to be in alignment. That's where we find that alignment and therefore are manifesting our happiness and fulfillment. We can't do it if we're not taking care of ourselves. No matter how many, affirmations or law of attraction things you do. Sorry. No, but it's so true. I just, whatever. I won't go down that tangent right now. But if you are interested in my services, I would love to help support in whatever way possible. All the info to get into contact with me, Aquarius, is in the description box below. All right. With that, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love, Mama Love. All right, Pisces, or Aquarius, sorry. Forgive me. No shade meant at all. So, okay, yeah, fumbling a little bit over some of the stuff that's kind of been transpiring lately. I feel like you're really trying to piece together a puzzle is what I'm hearing. And okay, so I'm kind of seeing that like something is really drawing you in this week, something that you're very curious about. We are getting always joyful, graciousness, benevolence, and majesty and virtue. So something's really drawing your attention, something that you can't turn a blind eye from, or I don't know, like the more that you see it, the more that you come across it, the more you're being drawn to it. There's something about this though that I feel like for you maybe is not 100% adding up. A lot of questions, or maybe just some unknowns. Like there's something about this, like I said, it just feels like in your energy you can't quite make sense of it. I feel like there's been a lot of activity going on around you, which can be quite distracting, right? Maybe you have had more of your time, your energy plugged into your own pursuits. It's gotten you so far, and now you're at a crossroads is what I'm hearing. You're at a crossroads about what direction, and it's not even about what direction you're gonna go into, but I'm almost hearing like you need to bring in more resources, whether that's new energy, new people, you know, whatever, more funding, however that fares to you. It just feels like you need added support. And I do feel like either something has caught your eye. This is something that you feel like can be a really good thing, 100%, especially with this prosperity and compassion in your environment. Like you feel like it's actually going to like add a lot of value to whatever this is, whatever you're going after. But because it looks like you're ready to make a fresh start. Interestingly enough, was that I think this was Capricorn that also got the violets in their blocked energy, which is about faithfulness and modesty. Modesty is a shining light that prepares the mind to receive knowledge and a heart for the truth. So to me, this is kind of this value of like, when we are modest in our approach, it brings things into clarity way easier. In your overarching energy, you have this value of victory and conquest. So I'm hearing number one, Aquarius, don't let the desire for something overshadow your pursuit of it. Not that I necessarily see bad energy. I don't. But I do feel like, well, let's see what the tarot says, because there's something that I'm feeling like is getting a little bit twisted, right? Like I said, there's something that's drawing you in. It's something that you want to be a part of. And I feel like you're pretty intent on making this happen, because it does feel like something that can bring in a lot of prosperity. And maybe you even feel like you're being compassionate towards someone, like you're kind of giving them the olive branch, or whatever you're offering them is like, it's good, you know, like you're giving them some type of something that, I don't know if you don't I don't know. Well, I don't think we have to go down that road. I'm going to back it up. Yeah, because there are some changes that are definitely being made. I do love the world. It is that signal of abundance. And I feel like whatever you're dealing with right now, Aquarius, you've been in a place where you can pursue your success, your victory in different ways. And like I said, like you're kind of opening the door for new ideas, new things to come in, or new ways to level up, because you feel like everything's in the right place. Yeah, 100%. Maybe you just kind of had to sort through some things. Maybe you are making an offer to someone this week with the Ace of Cups. It does look like you have someone in your environment that is making plans of their own. Eek, I hate when the devil shows up. There's not a lot of trust. We'll see why, but there's not a lot of trust in this dynamic. And maybe on either end, or maybe you kind of like promise, like when I have this together, then I'm going to do this thing. And now you do, and now you're kind of uncertain. Or maybe like what seemed really ideal in the first place is losing a little bit of its shimmer. Let's see what this devil is before we move on. Ooh. Okay. It looks like a sad ending with someone, an ending that like you just had to make the best choice given the circumstances is what I'm hearing. Something wasn't kind of like ascribing to tradition. So when I see this, like I feel like you wanted more out of someone. You wanted more from someone and they just weren't giving it to you for whatever reason, because they were kind of focused on their own things. And I think focusing on their own things put a bad taste in your mouth, or it was just like something that, like, I don't know, whatever way they were going about it just didn't sit right with you. And that's this part of you. Garlic can be really, it's actually incredibly medicinal. It's like one of the best things when you're trying to clear something out, right? It brings in protection. It really helps purge the quote unquote negativity. Maybe you even lumped this person into a certain type of, category because of this devilish behavior. I'm gonna just see. Lots of emotions, maybe even being like a little bit, it just wasn't your vibe. Something wasn't your vibe, but it does kind of look like it's changed its tune. And you feel, like I said, there's this energy of like, maybe they've grown up a little bit more. Okay, so we have the Queen, or the King and the Queen of Cups coming up. Ooh, this is a tough conversation that you've prepared for. I feel like you've had to really be honest with yourself in preparation for this. And I feel like you're ready. Like, you're ready for this next step. You're ready for this next stage. And whether or not you're connecting with someone from the past, I don't know, like something about this just felt like things weren't steady. And so because of it, you just wanted to kind of create more distance and space for yourself. But I do think whatever this is, it's drawing you back in, and you're curious. You want to see, has it changed? It feels like it has. It looks like it has. You're feeling really disappointed around this, maybe even a little bit left out. There's a lot of just thinking the wrong thing is what I'm seeing. But again, because this was kind of coming out in this devilish way, it was really hard for you. I'm not saying that this, let me look. Something about it just wasn't presenting in a way that really made you feel good. It was really conflicting, or maybe someone was just stirring the pot, causing a lot of drama. You didn't really want to be a part of it, Maybe you had to put your loyalties to your own stuff because of whatever was happening, but you're finally ready to engage in this. You're finally ready to claim what you want, how you want this to look. Again, it doesn't necessarily have to be someone from the past. This can just be restarting, retrying at something that didn't work out, that didn't have all the pieces in order. So Dolphin is pure of heart, a true friend to the end. Her playful nature is a reminder to approach each occasion with delight. Having that like blissful innocence, curiosity is what I'm hearing. And that's what I feel like is really going to get you to this next phase of rebirth. You've done a really good job at managing, conquering, being successful, and now it's kind of time to take that next step for yourself, Aquarius. But there also is a need there's a lot of fire energy right now, so it's easy for that to get into control or trying to dictate how things play out, and we don't necessarily have a lot of control over that. Or it's that value of control what you can control, leave the rest behind. Moose is all about your presence. She encourages us to acknowledge our existence, breathe in the moment, and remain present. When we find balance and clarity, we are able to foster results. And so I do think there is a lot coming up around this. There is some nervousness, uncertainty. How are things going to unfold? What's going to be said? What's going to happen, etc. But I really feel like the way that you situate yourself, Aquarius, is going to speak the most volumes. If you come with an honest, pure heart, if you approach things with that element of innocence and curiosity instead of control and domination, you're going to get way, way better results, And that's really what this is about. Firefly, illuminate. Unafraid of darkness and in the absence of light, he understands there is silence, a place for the heart and mind to mingle uninhibited. In this meadow, our emotional heart and analytical mind travel together with curiosity. Confirmation on that curiosity, confirmation of not being afraid to kind of deal with some of the harder things for the ultimate goal of something that is really beautiful and something that I think is going to bring in a lot of faithfulness and longevity to it. I feel like that's kind of where you're trying to place your energy right now, is what's going to garner me the most committed results, something that can last for a long time. And as you're evaluating this, I think that there's a lot of good that comes with it. I think there's some fear around it as well, of fear of the unknowns. But it really talks about how, with the approach that you take, with not being afraid to kind of go to some of the harder places, you're going to be really successful. I really love this energy for you. The things are starting to give way in the astrology. It's feeling a little bit nicer than what it's felt for a minute. So enjoy it, Aquarius. I know it's come with a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, a lot of determination. It's definitely been something that you deserve, something that is meant to come to you. So thank you so much for your time, energy always. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you found messages that resonated here for you. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I'd love to hear, or just say, hey, share in a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support that you bring to the channel. No, I'm sending that love and blessing back to you.